Have you ever felt like you were the third wheel in an event that you were invited to? That's exactly how I feel today, because Mr. and Mr. Smith wearing black and I'm wearing African skirt. You're welcome to the fourth round. It's another beautiful week. You didn't know. I'm looking like Jesus, how am I going to explain this? And I got the perfect inspiration to start the show. How are you guys doing, man?
I'm doing great.
This is Precious Santos, by the way, and Precious is our special guest because, this week is International Women's Week. In fact, the month is for women because on Sunday is going to be Mother's Day as well. So just all the men, get ready for all the gifts. Are you ready for all the gifts?
Why are you going to get your mother Bama to tell us?
I still don't know yet, but she's been really feeling sporty recently. She sent me a picture of an Arsenal jersey. I'm going to tell her. I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that. I don't understand. What do you mean why? Why should we wear an Arsenal jersey in a Manchester United half home? But yeah, they're special, and that's one of the reasons why we have Precious today. It's great to have you here. Precious is a banker, and she's also a woman in sports, and we're going to find out from her what brought her into sports, what type of sport she likes the most, and women who have inspired her in that lane. But before that, it's Treasure, the Formula One god. How are you doing, bro?
I'm very good. So today, please, I want to actually just sit down and listen to Precious. And by the way, she has a very sweet voice. So just stay on and hear what she has to say.
All right, we have Manchester City, PSG, Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That's stacked. We're going to talk quickly about that, Treasure. There was no shock at all. We saw Bayern come back from that deficit against Slavia.
To be very sincere, in regards to Bayern, I was looking for what their response would be right here. Especially knowing that coming to the end of this season, Tuchel is not going to be the Bayern coach anymore. And then the question becomes like, is he still able to run the team? Because technically in the Bundesliga they're 10 points behind. I think they're out from that, their core competition. And then the Champions League is like the only thing right now. And then the question becomes, can he still rally the team to get the result and stuff? And then initially when the game started against Lazio, there was a bit of back and forth and everything, but we were able to get the job done and deliver the goods thanks to your super hurricane, as you like to call me, and everything. But I was looking to see whether Lazio would get the upsets and everything, but Bayern got the win, as I suspected that they were going to get the win. And also for me there was but the match that was a bit scary for me was actually Leipzig Real Madrid. I watched that game. That game could have literally gone both ways. Anyway, there was a ball I think this guy hit towards the ending of the game that hit like the top crossbar, and everybody's like in the Bernabeu like what was about to happen and everything. But that game could have gone anywhere, and it was anybody's game at a point for anybody's game to win or to lose and everything. But come on, we are getting the names that should be there. So really no surprises. If we would have had like a Leipzig qualified or a Lazio qualified or Copenhagen qualified, then you can now see maybe there was a bit of a surprise there, but we're getting all the people we were expecting to be there. And so yeah.
So there were no surprises. But if I was gonna say anything, the top scorers in the league at the moment are on 6 goals. Before Messi and Ronaldo, let's see, BMR, before Messi and Ronaldo, the last person to score double figures was Kaká in 2006 and 2007. His total this thing, but Messi, after 2 years of scoring 8 goals and 9 goals, they went on a double figure spree, Messi and Ronaldo. I also want to ask you, the fact that we are 6 goals at this point, do you think football has now returned to normal? Since the two trains of destiny have left the competition.
Have semi-retired.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is a very intriguing one because I had this conversation some days back with someone else. And I do think like Messi and Ronaldo have set like the full standard for football. They set like the vast, I won't say so high, but they've raised the standard of football. And if there's one thing I know about sports in general, never say nobody else will do something like it. That is one thing you see in sports. Just, it might take a while, before you would have someone else come to do something like that. And I remember arguing with my friends so passionately that day, and I'm like, watch out for the likes of the Haalands, the Mbappes, and some of these guys that are literally coming up and everything. And my friend is like, look at it. When they were, Ronaldo and Messi were this age, they were already doing things like this. And I'm like, just give them a chance. Think about it. So Mbappe is going to most likely join Real Madrid, right? And look at that Real Madrid setup. And you're trying to tell me that he's not going to go on the tier if he joins Real Madrid next season's Champions League. I expect him to actually go on the tier. And Haaland, we all know Haaland, literally Haaland. Haaland can choose to wake up one day and says, you know what, today I decide to give you 5 goals, and De Bruyne decides to give you 5 assists or 4 assists or 3 assists and everything. I do think we have those players right now that can still keep up in the momentum. Maybe not as much as the Messis or the Ronaldos were doing it with crazy figures like 17 goals in one Champions League campaign and things like that. But I do still feel like these guys, if we give them time, can reach those kind of figures.
Brilliantly said. I just have one more question before we go to our star guest of today. Where is Vinicius in that conversation? Is he in the conversation with Mbappe and Haaland, or do you think he's a level below?
So, in my honest opinion, I'm sorry, Real Madrid fans, so what I'm about to say, because some people might slaughter me for this take, but I don't think Vinicius is on that level of Mbappe and Haaland. At least not yet. I honestly don't know if he can get to that level. And so before last season, or this season, we had a running joke before last season and this season that Vinicius was this kind of player that he has 20% of sense in the per match. So he will use this 20% of sense at several intervals, and like, fantastic player. And then after that, he's just going nonsense that he's.
But is that a mark of a good player, knowing when to turn up?
Yes, but I would also want you to be consistent, right? I don't want a case whereby, and that's also my problem with, sorry once again, Man U fans. I'm a Man U fan. Why are you up with that? That's my problem. That's my problem with McTominay, for example. McTominay can come off the bench and give you 2 fantastic goals for you to win the game. But then, what does he play after that? And it becomes a case of, you literally see him running around. Sometimes he's the one that loses the ball and things like that. And so people are just carried away by that. Wow, brilliant. But I would want a player who is consistent. But one thing I can say about Vinicius is, obviously he has stepped up, right? But to be in that Mbappe and that Haaland category, for me it feels like it's still just it's like they are 1A and he's like either 1B or 1C. That is basically how I see the issues, because I have seen, for example, Mbappe carry that French squad. I remember vividly when France versus Argentina, the World Cup, and I was telling my guys that Mbappe is inevitable, even when Argentina was winning 2-0, and all of a sudden we literally saw Mbappe turn it up. Like, he carries his teams, even when he's in PSG. Right now they don't have Messi or Neymar, and you can still see that, in as much as they've been benching him because it seems like he's kneeling and stuff like that, but you can still see the Mbappe effect, and you can still see the Haaland effect when it comes to their respective teams. I think Vinicius is just a step away at.
All right, thank you very much for that, Treasure. Let's go to our moment of the hour. So, Precious, I would go straight to the original question. How did you become a woman in sport? Because that's all what today is all about, appreciating women in sport.
So where do I start from? Let's say when I was a child, really, my family loved sports. My mom, my dad, my brother, and in our house, the oldest owns the TV. So we do it turn by turn. So every single time we are always just watching either football, or we're watching WWE, or we're watching UFC, either one of those 3. So that's how I got started.
Who was the very first person, let me say from a female perspective, who was the very first person that caught your interest and like, wow, she's great at what she does?
I wouldn't say person, I would say twins. So let's go into WWE. The Bella twins, those girls are nowhere because presently they no longer have wrestle ball. They were, in fact, they were sneaky, they were brilliant, they were everything really, and they were too smart. I'll just say that. It was supposed to be Nikki Bella that's supposed to fight. Then the second Bella, Brie Bella, will come in and they will do the same thing. They will act like, okay, the same person. When one is weak, go under the table, go under the bed. The other one will come out from there, beat the other ear, and they'll make sure the whole way. Like, I had that from those twins. Those twins are so, in fact, their perfection in wrestling. They really held WWE down. They really did, and I'm so glad that they left, very in a very unique way. So I'll take it for them.
Okay. If we were to move to football, what team do you support?
Manchester United, please.
Yeah, proud to be Manchester.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, maybe you don't know what's going on.
Please, I do.
Proud.
Yes, I am 100% proud. We might be going through a phase. I see it as a phase, but I know that we are going to, come out.
Everybody goes straight up.
Everybody goes straight on. I mean, yeah, Chelsea.
That's it.
Yes, exactly.
Well, yeah. In terms of the female footballers now, like who are the people you look up to? Generally,
The first person that made me enjoy women football is Marta. She played for that Brazil team. I love her so much. She was one that made me interested. Although women's football at some point then, not now, was not all that, But I really love the fact that everybody is going into women's football. They are engaging more, and I really love that.
yeah, that brings me into the next question, because I mean, one of the things in appreciating women is ensuring. How do you feel the current scale is in terms of? There's been a lot of people that have come out to say women footballers should be paid, or women athletes generally should be paid almost think the same thing. Do you feel we are at a level where we might soon get that? Because I know it's not completely the same everywhere yet, but do you feel women's sports generally is growing into that level very soon?
Yeah, I feel like women's football is growing into that level because you can see the efforts that they put in just to, like now, presently, women's football is not the same that it was, let's say, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
I totally agree.
It is gaining so much audience, momentum, whatever you call it. Currently, I believe that in the nearest future, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years max is achievable. Very 100%.
Interesting. Treasure, I know you don't really agree with this, but I mean, what's your take on where it currently is?
So it's like a case of, I actually do agree. I think for me it's a case of, if you can generate the revenues, if you can generate the pay and everything, why not? Why not if not? I honestly do believe like women football or women's sports in general would get there some faster than others, right? We're already seeing, like, I love tennis so much. Tennis is one of those, for me, like creme de la creme sports where you see like women and men. Yeah, there's still disparity, but you could see like the closeness, because you have mixed matches sometimes and things like that. So I do think like they will get to that point whereby their viewerships, the sponsorships they get, the endorsements they get, and everything. And when they get to that point, why not if not? Pay them what they deserve, right? I'm always out for pay them what they deserve. And if they can generate this, if you can get to a point where they generate just as much as the men's football would do or the men's sports would do them, why not? Why must there be a disparity? Pay them what they deserve. Pay them what they make, you said. You pay them what they're earning, or they pay them what they make. What they make is in the form of getting people like me and you to sit down in forms of viewership, to pay to actually watch them play, right? And if they are generating those figures, then by all means, pay them what they.
The World Cup was the highest viewed in Australia I think, and I mean that represents significant progress to what we are just discussing about. Well, Precious, let's come back to you. What sports did you play when you were coach?
When I was in school, I played basketball and football.
Okay, you know I asked what sport did you play? Which one were you good at?
Which one was I good at?
Yeah.
Let's see. I was good at basketball. Yeah.
Okay. Did you play for school? Or?
Yes, I played for the school at some point. I was supposed to go for Mino, but my mom said no. So I was so sad and I didn't go.
We're not going to believe this, right? I mean, I know you wouldn't lie to us.
She's not lying.
You get? But yeah, so another question, I mean, on this angle, what moment in world sport is one of your favorite from a woman sports prefer?
Okay, so this is going to be funny probably, I guess. But it was the moment Alonso was on the ground, like I'm sorry. I can't still get that image out of my head. Like that's still my favorite picture till now.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you.
Okay, maybe that's the comical side, but what about, I mean, in terms of achievements, was it the US team, pushing that team to their desired goal? Is it the Nigerian team itself? Because I mean, they've been very consistent at the World Cup. They're the only team in the world to have appeared in almost all Women World Cup finals.
Really, I'm just it's not about one person and achieving it, and that's something I'm very, very proud of. And that's the one and only Adibable at this station. I'm so proud of everything she's achieved for the awards, and in fact, she's someone that you can be boastful about. Someone that you can beat it as a single big girl.
That's so good.
She a bit.
True. Any talk on after that, Amir?
Well, to be very sincere, I hadn't actually followed a lot of like the Super Falcon, but there's something I always say about certain people, that they are bigger than the sport itself, with some sense. So we see that with Roger Federer for tennis, we see that with Michael, it's Jordan for basketball. We see that with certain Schumacher for Formula 1 or Hamilton now for Formula 1. And then if there was one name that once I heard the Super Falcons, I heard that name, it's her. Like, and in my mind, I'm like, who is this third 90? But for you to be able to make so much impact, right? That even for someone that doesn't follow as much, to still be able to know you, that definitely you must actually do it. Like you must be definitely good. Definitely.
Well, you heard it from my guest today, Treasure and Precious. Women's football or women's sport in general, it's scaling through. If you're one person that says who watches women's football today in 2024, you are really behind. You need to wake up.